Typical, isn't it? There you are, just minding your own business when suddenly you accidentally awaken a long-dormant evil force intent on consuming humanity. Ugh, why did these primeval horrors have to have woken up today of all days? Don't they know we've got a big meeting later? How are we supposed to close the Henderson account with a plague of necromorphs devastating the planet? Here are just a few of the ancient evils we really wish had hit the snooze button. Along the way, beware spoilers for the following.
Due to its size and mysterious nature, space is positively crawling with ancient horrors, and that's fine, as long as they don't fall down to Earth. But in the Dead Space universe, those eldritch evils just couldn't help themselves. The mysterious black marker arrived on Earth with the meteorite that killed the dinosaurs, and to begin with, didn't do anything too horrifying. I mean, unless you're a dinosaur, which you're probably not. Unless you are, in which case, please get in touch, we have questions. The markers emit signals that first guide sentient life into advanced civilization, which is good, with the express purpose of overpopulation and depleting resources, which is less good, before eventually reanimating dead tissue into an undead plague of infected necromorphs. Which is, well, that's bad, isn't it? By the time everything gets all necromorphy, civilizations tend to have headed into space already, making the all-consuming infection that much harder to fight. Although if the mysterious markers were that good at guiding human development to ultimate destruction, maybe they'd have left out the signals that programmed humanity to invent necromorph-destroying weapons and stompy space boots for stomping on infected minions. Maybe if the dinosaurs had had boots, things would have turned out very differently.
If a deadly extraterrestrial arrived on Earth thousands of years ago, but an ancient civilization managed to seal it away, you'd think it'd be common sense not to unseal it. The citizens of Gaia aren't exactly flush with common sense, however, and by the time of Final Fantasy VII setting, an alien monster called Jenova that was sealed away for the good of humanity is sitting pretty in a lab looking freaky and inducing headaches. Digging Jenova up is one thing, but pumping her cells into humans is really asking for trouble. Trouble that arrives in the form of super soldier Sephiroth, who thinks Jenova's his mum. I mean, sure, they both love destroying stuff, and they've both got pointy chins. Jenova really puts the evil in primeval and pops up a few times throughout the story, eventually confronting the game's heroes in a deadly final form that looks a bit like a jellyfish. Well, I guess this tells us what kind of ancient magic past civilizations used to contain Jenova.
There's nothing objectively evil about dragons, they're just like you and me really, only marginally scalier. The fact that Alduin is also known as the World Eater, however, is a clue that he might not be humanity's best chum. Ancient Nord heroes did battle with this fiery ne'er-do-well, and defeated him by sending him very, very far forwards in time, to the time Skyrim is set in, to be exact. Now, not to nitpick Nords, but that's not really defeating Alduin, is it? It's just kicking the can down the road a little. And who's gonna have to clean up this mess? Muggins here. Muggins is the name of my Skyrim character. Yup, ancient Alduin's back and resurrecting dragons all over the shop, while down below humans generally freak out about everything being all on fire.
No, you don't want to go up there. A dragon, it's attacking!
To be fair, dragons in the Skyrim universe aren't totally evil, they just tend to believe humans are naturally inferior.
Such arrogance, to dare take for yourself the name of Nova.
Which is pretty bloody rich considering they don't even have thumbs. You're not a superior species if you can't open a can of Fanta. Stuck something.
What's happening? Amanda! Amanda! Can you hear me? Amanda!
When Lara was but a young Croft, she and her university pals went on an expedition to Peru. In a flashback, we see that the team was about to embark on a great discovery in the tomb of the Queen of Tiwanaku.
Lara! Get down here, you slacker!
Jason says we're about to break through.
Fantastic! Lara is about to make her mark as a fully fledged Tomb Raider. That is until a big smoky ghost demon that walks on its hands is awoken and not only kills all her friends, but also waits for her to reach some of them so it horribly murders them right in front of her. Still nice to meet an ancient evil with a bit of a sense of humour. Great, you think. A load of students have unleashed a horrible tendril monster on the world because they couldn't leave well alone. Like a load of greedy dwarfs, they dug too deep and awoke some sort of Balrog. Fortunately though, Lara's friend Amanda causes the unknown entity, as it's so called, to disappear by pulling the wraithstone from the tomb wall and trapping herself in a watery grave. Phew! Thanks, Amanda, for your completely willing sacrifice.
Didn't look that willing to me.
Completely willing. However, Lara later discovers Amanda isn't dead, but very much alive and Beastmaster to the unknown entity. Plus, she's still mad about that whole being left in a tomb to drown thing.
A little friendlier than it was when Paraíso, isn't it?
Geez, sorry, no need to hold such a grudge. But Grudgy McGrudgerson can't help but set her ancient skeletal pet on you. Oh, and she later teams up with Natla, you know, the ancient evil ruler of Atlantis who was awoken by a great big meteor hitting her not-so-eternal prison. Can the next Tomb Raider game just have Lara awakening an ancient bunny rabbit that gives cuddles of joy? I feel like she deserves a break here.
Sergeant, we're surrounded. God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon! Jenkins!
You know that feeling when you've bitten off more than you can chew? Like when you're embroiled in an interplanetary war with the colourful Covenant army and just about holding it together, then from nowhere an ancient parasitic alien race like the Flood is uncovered and eats everyone alive? Eesh, we don't know much about Master Chief's face, but it's a safe bet that under that helmet he looks totally knackered. The Flood clocks in at almost 100,000 years old, and it's an ancient evil so all-consuming that it totally overran the mysterious Forerunner Society, whose only defense against the plague was to build the Halo Array, which, when activated, would cut off the Flood's food supply by destroying all sentient life forms, including the Forerunners themselves. Which is a bit like protecting against scurvy by jumping into a volcano, but hey, you do you, Forerunners. The Flood are a constant headache for poor Master Chief, even claiming the life of his pal Captain Keyes, who's left looking all gross and blobby after succumbing to the Flood infection. Companion AI Cortana knows that leaving him in this dreadful state is not an option.
You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do.
What he'd want us to do? Find a cure, ensure he gets a proper burial at least, punch through his head and pillage his brain technology? Yes, got it in 3.
When you stumble across a great big technologically advanced mass relay system just left there for you to use, is your first thought, hang on, this might be a trap? Well, maybe it should be. While the mass relay system in the Mass Effect series is an absolute boon to those who can harness it, once a civilization has built its technologies around it to the required level, the Reapers come along for collection. Who are the Reapers, you ask? Let's let Legion fill us in.
Transcended flesh, billions of organic minds uploaded and conjoined within immortal machine bodies, each a nation.
These synthetic harvesters wait out in the darkness of space, and once life forms have become intelligent enough, they sweep in, burning down cities and turning intelligent beings into gormless husks.
God, she's still alive.
If we all just stayed on this rock we're on right now, maybe the big head-lice-looking space monsters would have just stayed chilling in the void and left us alone. As if all this wasn't bleak enough, when Commander Shepard comes along to stop them, we learn that this is just one cycle of many that have come before, and that others have also been tricked into using Reaper-built superstructures like the Citadel. Oh, the Citadel is Reaper-made too. All my favourite shops are there.
They only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
I like these people already.
In Fallout 4, there are a lot of not very nice people doing a lot of not very nice things. Raiders and super mutants murdering people, folks being kidnapped by a mysterious shadowy cabal. There's a lot of bad stuff happening in the Commonwealth, but there's one great evil to be found in a deep, dark slumber beneath the ravaged surface. Play Fallout 4 a particular way and the ancient evil is much closer to home. Yes, you, the sole survivor, are the ancient evil awoken from their frozen slumber in Vault 111. Ah, didn't see that one coming, did ya? What do you mean you read it across the bottom of the screen earlier? In Fallout 4, you're given the option to play as a good character, a mean one, or somewhere in between. Even before the war, you can be a sarky so-and-so to everyone you talk to, which we discovered can lead to synth discrimination post-apocalypse.
The great clockwork dick is stumped?
It's synth detective, jackass. If you're gonna be that way, you might as well get the make and model right.
And that's not to mention all the threats you can make against the locals, and the general murder sprees you can go on. You know, just your general murder sprees. More fun than your specific ones. Still, there's the big question of whether you were evil before your incarceration, or whether being frozen is what made your heart so cold. Well, that and witnessing the destruction of your family as you look on helpless, encased in a metal tomb. Or maybe it was all that Nuka-Cola. Should have just stuck to Fanta. Ball caps are so much easier.
So those are our picks of ancient evils we really wish had hit the snooze button, but what are yours? Are there any we missed? Do let us know. And there's more video to watch. I know, amazing, right? It's just here, arranged nicely to the right of me. There's a really good video here. This one's excellent. Down here is one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, so trust it because it has such algorithms, guys. Thanks for watching.